Canadian-based Nigerian filmmaker Pascal is set to premiere his new multicultural movie Clash on the global movie streaming platform Netflix. The movie, which was shot in Canada and Abuja, chronicles some of the culture shock and integration challenges that some immigrants have to deal with.
Dad, I'm just chilling.
Clash is a story, it's a diasporan story, the African story told in the diaspora, about a young kid whose father died, and the father's brother, who's his uncle, now had to step in traditionally to become the mom's husband, in some traditions, but without telling the little boy. So as time goes on, this boy is grown now, and things started happening, and no one told him the origin and his background, which most of our people don't do that. So he now finds out from his uncle that from a cousin, that this person that he's known and thought was his father all his life is not his dad. You understand? And so the story of Clash is a mixture of the African tradition, the effects of it, and then the African living in diaspora, then also dealing with the foreign culture, and also love intermingled. So that's why you see his Clash. So it's a story of the African in diaspora mixed with culture, facing racial issues and all that. So that's why it's called Clash, because a lot of things clash, but at the end of the day, we'll find a way to resolve it.
Dad, you want me to go back to Nigeria?
Yes, you make medical doctors in Nigeria, they make money.
I'm not going to be a vet.
In recent times, more Nigerians have been trying to leave the country in search of the proverbial greener pastures. Atuma, who has dozens of movies to his name and has lived extensively in America and now Canada, shares his thoughts on this infamous leave the country mentality.
I call it exodus of the egos. Exodus of the egos. The issue of people leaving Nigeria or leaving parts of Africa trying to run away, I don't encourage it. I know people will say, oh, he doesn't encourage it, but he has lived over there for a long time, but you see me here every year. The reason is this. In the past, we had slavery, forced slavery. No matter how anybody see it, I see it as modern slavery. Me, personally, that's why I see it. Because if whatever we are getting in this Canada and this US is that beautiful, is what life is supposed to be, why do most of us keep coming back to Nigeria? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why do most of us keep coming back to Nigeria? Then I give you, let's use Clash for instance. If that boy was not sent to Canada, the mom didn't take them to Canada to find greener pastures, and he stayed in Nigeria, I don't think it would have taken that long for one person for him to have found out that this is not his real father. You know how the villages are, you know how our culture is. So, but I want to use this medium to encourage young people in Nigeria, in Africa. If we keep running away, who's going to build Nigeria? Who's going to build Ghana? Who's going to build Burkina Faso? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I think time should come, there should be mass literacy campaign to let people know that all that glitters is not gold. Because you see, in Igbo language, they say, Otuakilu na adanante, aburotona torono. That means bitter cola. When you're eating bitter cola, right? The way the bitter cola is sounding to somebody nearby you, the person might think that this bitter cola is so sweet, and they want to chew the bitter cola, not knowing that it's actually very bitter. Do you understand? But that noise, crack, 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 you want to go and test it. So that's the same thing. If the people that live in diaspora can be very open, or could be very open and tell the authentic story of what they passed through overseas, I think most young men will know that there's hope here.
Can you take those things off your head? I want both of you to be at your best behavior. He's going to spend some time with us.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Mom. This is my friend, Charlene.
Clash stars Nigeria's Omoni Oboli and Stephanie Linus alongside established actors from the Caribbean and America, and as a co-production partly sponsored by the Canadian Media Fund. Atuma hopes the anticipated success of this movie will eventually push for a co-production treaty between Nigeria and Canada to help develop Nigeria's Nollywood.
This movie is partly sponsored by CMF. CMF is called the Canada Media Funds. Canada Media Funds. Some people can also refer to it as Telefilm. So they are the same board. The Canada Media Fund, Telefilm administers the operations of the CMF, especially when it comes to film financing and television financing. So it's a co-production that the main goal of this movie is to help to fight and advocate that we need a co-production treaty between Nigeria and Canada. Because I think there's other countries in Africa, like about 4 or 5 countries, that have that treaty already in place. So that's why I went on to do this production, because I wanted to use it to show them, if you work with Nigeria, if you work with Nollywood, this is what can come out of it. So Canada is preaching multiculturalism. So if you look at Clash, we have actors from the Caribbean, we have Black Americans, African Americans, we have Canadians, we have white, we have Chinese, we have India. So then we have Omoni Oboli and Stephanie Okereke from Nollywood, authentic Nollywood, so that you cannot take away that identity. Do you understand? So Clash is one of those movies that will be in the forefront fighting for a co-production treaty with Canada.
Did you get a woman pregnant, my son?
He dare not.
No, Dad, I didn't get any woman pregnant.
So, who is this person you want?
Clash, the movie, will premiere later this month.
Let's leave the Uchechi for now, first of all.
Forget about any traditions or taboo. The most important thing is love. Pray that when you get married to a good woman. You get married to a good woman like me.